The losers bracket final. We have Oxygen Esports against the Bangbush, and the series kicks off on Towers of Doom. The loser of this match, the best of 5, is going to take the 3rd place in the tournament, and the winner will move on to face off against Chili Mountain in the grand final. Yeah, it's going to be a really interesting one. After I saw what Bangbush and Chili Mountain, I mean, they had fireworks in the winner bracket. After I saw that match, I really wanted to see how the Bangbush can do against, or can perform against Oxygen Esports, because this series could be super hyped now. Now, what happened in the last couple of seasons and also most of the other tournaments is that towards the end, it always came down to a match between Oxygen Esports, the Hardos, and Chili Mountain Team 1. So that was pretty much always the grand final. It always played out that way. I mean, with the exception, of course, of the offline event in Miami in February, there was only one European team playing, so it wasn't quite the case there. But this is going to be really interesting here, because this is one of the matches where I could really see the Bangbush to claim the win. Since they did so well against Chili Mountain in the winner bracket, I really want to see what's going on here. Because Oxygen Esports has been playing great, especially now in the winner bracket. But the performance of the Bangbush in the last match was incredible. So can they break through that pattern and make it into the grand final? We'll find out. I liked the aggression. I absolutely loved it. From the beginning, they were really in the face of the opponents and starting to do really well from minute 1 by getting kills and small advantages and just added up over time. They didn't ban out Sergeant Hammer. Now, this is obviously not a mistake. They're not looking at this and they're like, oh my god, they pick Sergeant Hammer. No. Obviously, they know that a Hammer pick is very, very likely if you don't get rid of the Sergeant. So they deliberately said, hey, we're going to deal with this. And now that they've gone down that path, they have to show that they're capable of pulling that one off. Tyrell is banned. Also ban against Nick again. Nick would have loved to play this, and if they are already looking at a triple frontline, they can definitely do that. Lauber gets targeted with the Mirrodin ban. He's playing tons and tons of Mirrodin lately with Avatar, with the thingy, the what's it called? Smashy Smash and Mash. Big Hammer. Haymaker. Haymaker. There it is. Haymaker. Yeah, so a lot of Haymaker plays, a lot of Avatar plays. But then again, he has other heroes to play, and he goes for Diablo, and we get Ando in. I'm honestly still waiting for a bit of an X-Factor pick, or a pick where I'm like, that's how they're going to try and deal with it. They knew Hammer was likely going to be chosen. I personally did not think that Hammer would be allowed for Oxygen even once in the tournament anymore. I really thought that the continuous bans against the red team would always be Lucio against Yasuo and Sergeant Hammer just in general. But they let it through. We get the Vikings. Nice. And Tyrande. Alright, boys. Tyrande also for interrupts on any channel for the altar. Oh. We are going in for a little bit of a special one. Nice. I like it. That's going to be some awesome shit. The game kicking off with the Vikings game. Yeah, Skok, how are you going to deal with this now? What are we getting from him? Any kind of resets that he's going to try and aim for? Genji is also still up, by the way, just as a side note. And yes, there he is. So Genji gets taken. Full Shimada. Bangbush against Oxygen. The loser bracket final, everybody. Another best of 5. Which team takes 3rd place in the tournament and which team moves on to face off against Chili Mountain in the grand final? Let's get things started. Towers of Doom. The Bangbush in blue, playing with Henning on Anduin today, Lauber on Diablo, Swamgrotta on Dehaka. We get Bishops on Hanzo, and Skok is playing Genji. It's gonna be a wild game. Oxygen Esports with Yasuo on Tyrande, Hazops on the Vikings, Copenhagen on Blaze, Nick on Sergeant Hammer, and Bad Benny is playing Johanna. This is going to be awesome, guys. And seeing Hazo and the Vikings is always fun, but also a little bit of a shout out over to Tyrande. Tyrande is really a pick that is always risky. Very, very risky indeed. Now, Tyrande offers a lot. She offers a lot of burst potential. She has stuns. She has decent heals. You can provide vision. You have interrupts. The problem with her is really that she's very squishy and she has no real escape tools. And that's a massive, massive problem. So if you can keep her safe, if there's a front line, for example, that can ensure that she's not going to be the consistent target of the opponent, if you can maybe ban out a few heroes like Tracer, Genji or whatnot that are aiming for her, then you can do a lot with her. But if she becomes the target of the opponent and you can't keep her safe, then she is just going to get farmed. And that's a massive, massive issue. So Yasuo is one of the few players that made Tyrande work in the past. Others have tried too, and most of the teams that try to pull it off fail miserably and get destroyed. But we've seen a couple of games where Tyrande, in the right composition, against the correct team, did extremely well and could, I don't want to say get back to the glory of her old days, but do, of course, well. I mean, there were times when Tyrande was an insta first pick or ban even, especially on maps like Battlefield of Eternity, but those days are long gone. A lot of patches that Blizzard brought in ruined that entire Tyrande style, so these days she's very rarely picked. But let's see what Yasuo can do. Already big aggression here from the beginning, and this is exactly what we're expecting from the Bang Bush. They did it against Chili Mountain, and I love that the teams are from the go so strongly motivated to get the first kill and a slight lead. So let's see what they can pull off. Hazo, obviously, as a RTS veteran, definitely has the macro that is needed for this. I mean, he started his Warcraft 3 career back when he was like 15, 16 years old. I was actually on Mouseboards, his manager, for quite some time, and had to drive him around. And of course the rest of the team too, because nobody except for me had a driver's license back then. Long, long time ago. Especially a little trip to Denmark stands still out, and it's probably something I'm never gonna forget. But he's been playing RTS for ages. Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2, I mean, you name it. So he has the macro that's needed here. And they are pushing that top lane hard. I mean, Skog is now moving in and Haas is immediately moving back out, but we have battles going on all over the place. Not a single kill yet, despite all the aggression that we are seeing. But they are going for structural damage. So at this point, we got Elune's Chosen on level 4. Eric the Swift is in. And it's getting also interesting once the Light Bomb comes through. Yeah, Light Bomb together with Genji. It's going to be tricky for Tyrande in particular. I would assume that this is going to be the prime target. That whenever the combo is up, that they're going to try and figure out where exactly Tyrande positions herself to go for her. And that would also be where somebody has to be ready to either use a Blessed Shield, use a Jet Propulsion, or whatever else to make sure that you are getting an interrupt. And this is where Tyrande also gets annoying. As I said before, if you get those owls connected, then you can interrupt a lot. So, some of the altars already taken. Blue team is aiming for 2 and likely going to get them, since up at the top, Stormgrotta has now to chase the Vikings away. And God, would I be pissed off if I'm Stormgrotta. Look at Azu here. He's just zipping them in and out, and Stormgrotta's just like, God, just let me take it. And once that you get rid of the Vikings, Yasuo's just going to throw an owl in your face. So, yeah. Look at this. Hazu is sneaking it. He's sneaking it. Diablo wants to interrupt, and he gets it at the last moment. But they lose Genji. Oh, yeah. And you can already tell that there is a huge difference when you have somebody on the level of Hazu play the Vikings, or somebody that is a bit more of a novice and loses the Vikings all the time. With the Vikings not even dying and just continuously threatening that altar, they got 2 kills. They killed Genji and they killed Anduin. That's how awesome they played this. So the altar is still up, and it's still being played around with, and we have at the bottom of the map another hero chased. They go for Hanzo, and they get the kill, and up at the top finally one of the Vikings is going down. So they get the shots fired, the blue team still in a tiny advantaged position, but look at the experience gain now. And this is not because the Vikings were soaking the entire time. This is because the Vikings pissed them off so much and forced them to spend their resources defending the top altar and locking that in, while the Vikings and the rest of the red team was just pushing down lanes, soaking lanes, and yeah, capitalizing on the numbers advantage that they have on other lines. So, pretty sweet plays there. And again, with Nick pushing, they gotta deal with that somehow. So they go for their camp, and now they're trying to flank in. But Nick is immediately moving out. Easily zipping away here. Blaze trying to dodge what he can too. And stun after stun is coming in. And Bishop's nearly died. If not for that heal from Henning, he would have fallen to the shield glare from Jojo. And he might still die. He's super low, and so is Lauber. So they are definitely struggling here. And as it stands, Hazu keeps his Vikings alive. And up at the top, they're going for the camp. And again, this is really the difference if you have a Viking player that is good at macroing properly and doesn't lose the Vikings, or very rarely loses them. You get so much more value out of them. So, well, here we go. We got level 10 already in play. Eric dies towards the top, so one of the Vikings gone, but Balog is still holding the position. Olaf is in the middle. Might get the kill on Balog now too. And Hazu is just using his ult. Uses his ult, keeps the Vikings in play, moves them back up. And immediately the Haka has to face off against them once more. 3 kills to 0. The Bang Bush, yeah, 1.5 levels behind. Fantastic play there. We rarely get treated to Vikings by Hazu, but when we get it, then yeah, it's awesome. Wouldn't mind to get some Sergeant Hammer plays at some point again too. These days it seems like that is only wishful thinking. So level 10 abilities are ready. Altars are again up. Eric has so far not done anything. Apparently they're going to try to use him for interrupts instead. And just look at the mid lane. They're going to get value here once again, trying to take those bell towers down. So top side, Balog dies. Genji has moved into the middle to deal with Sergeant Hammer. Somebody had to. But now we have 2 of those bell towers that have already been damaged. Henning again with an attempted interrupt. Yasuo could also shut him down. Eric dies as he's trying to go close enough to Anduin to interrupt him here. And Yasuo aiming for the owl and interrupts again. And Sergeant Hammer moves towards the top and makes the same play up here. Uses the napalm. Ah, but what an arrow! Great arrow. So the altar is still taken by the Bang Bush. But you can tell where the problem is going to be. We are 7 minutes in. The wall has been destroyed. And this is fallen. Hammer gets killed, but the pattern still holds. Half HP. Top lane. Wall destroyed, also low. If this gets continued by Sergeant Hammer just continuously moving away from the objective and trying to pressure the structures, you can really tell where this is headed. So Skok getting the kill against Sergeant Hammer, good for him, great for them, but they need to do more than just that if they really want to take this game. Because yes, they are pulling a little bit ahead because they get the early altars. But if we've learned anything about Towers of Doom, it's that momentum and late game is everything on this map. And if you are able to convert multiple bell towers at some point in the game, then you are in for a fantastic late game performance. So by now, we also got jump. And let's not forget that with the Large and Charge coming in on level 16, the Vikings can really start hurting backliners in particular. Once you have the stun, then move in and come straight through with the spin to win, you have a lot of damage potential against isolated heroes. That's something that Li Ming players in particular have learned the hard way in the past. Whenever they thought that Li Ming is a hard counter against the Vikings and you get massive resets. Can definitely happen. If you play against a shitty Viking player that has no freaking idea what he's doing, then that's the thing. If you play against anybody that knows what he is up to, then after level 16, it's all of a sudden going to be Li Ming that is on the menu. So 2 kills to 3. The Haka survived. Bot lane pressure is still ongoing. A little bit of vision granted by Tyrande. Both teams have their level 13 talents available. And the next altar is up. Sergeant Hammer is this time moving in for the battle. Not going for the side lane pressure yet. The Haka is still at the top, but look at Hanzo. The amount of times where Henning saved Hanzo in the last possible moment is incredible. But here's the problem. I talked about this early on in the game. Tyrande gets taken out because they were able to get close to her with a light bomb and they get an easy kill. And now they make a second kill possible. They drop Blaze. That's the way how the Bang Bush is winning this game. Focus Tyrande. Go for the weak spots. Go for the juggler. And just take them on there. Very well coordinated. This is not an easy game to play for the blue team. Playing around the Vikings, playing around Sergeant Hammer, not neglecting the objective, dealing with the non-stop interrupts through Vikings and Tyrande Owls is tricky. But if they get these light bomb engages on Tyrande, they can kill her. They can take the support out quickly and then focus on the team fight. And they are ahead in experience now, which is not easy given the situation that they're in this game. So definitely got to give some credit to both teams here. This is an awesome start into this best of 5 series. 26,000 damage now by Sergeant Hammer. And, well, on the other side, we got 40,000 for Hanzo. Yeah, and up at the top, Svamgrotta pressured back. With the 2 Vikings assisting Sergeant Hammer, there's little that Svamgrotta can do. He wants to get the drag, but the Vikings are always in the way. Genji has to help out. And that's the cue for him to move away from this. Balog goes down. They are sacrificing a few Vikings to keep Sergeant Hammer alive. But now the Bang Bush at the bottom of the map taking the first bell tower. Beautiful macro game. It's already an aggressive game, and we were kind of expecting this, but honestly what I didn't expect before we headed into the draft is that we would see such a macro-focused first game between the teams, with Vikings and Sergeant Hammer being played by Oxygen Esports in the attempt to always create multiple problems on the map for the Bang Bush. The double pull now for Anduin, as level 16 talents are available for the blue team. And Svamgrotta gets caught. Yeah. The arrow gets also soaked up by Jojo. But they are still saving the Haka. That's actually impressive. It's 2 altars, so it should be an easy trade between them. Hazu is grabbing it. Oh, I'm talking about grabbing things. Skog gets saved. Still use the X-Strike there. 33 points on the core against 24. Thanks to that advantage down at the bottom of the map. And 1 altar is still up for the taking. Vikings now dealing with this, and Nick is here too. But that just means that eventually, even though it's not happening just yet, he's gonna get the channel up here. So yeah, Eric the Swift zooming around the map. And here are the shots. 5 fired, which puts them now down to 19 points against 33. Still the bell tower control for the Bang Bush. Their own bell towers are low, all of them at half HP. If you lose a big team fight or Sergeant Hammer sneaks past you again, you might lose some of them. And we already see that happening at the top. Pumpkins rotate again, and bam, it's a 4 versus 4 situation as Nick is trying to retake at the bot lane. Napalm and the range are making this an easy case. Even going for the boss here. Look at that. Bang Bush, they're trading. They're saying, yes, you can retake our bottom bell tower, but we are going to take the boss and get another 4 shots fired against you. And then we're going to retake the top ourselves. Arrow is already out. Benny with the engage. Or the disengage, rather, with his falling sword as he jumps away. But Sergeant Hammer is now claiming the bot lane back. Which means that at least for now, they hold the bigger number of bell towers. 5-3. In their favor. Team fights, of course. That's a bit of a different question. Bang Bush is now 5-manning this a lot more than they previously did. The Vikings can always move in with the ult. But yep, here we are. 15-33 points. What a cool game. What a cool first game. Triple altars coming up. That's a big opportunity for Oxygen Esports to get closer. Couple of Vikings taken down, not really a big deal considering that he still has his ult up. So if he needs them, he can always use it. Already did, by the way. 3 Vikings back up on the map. Here's the kill attempt against Diablo. Team fight is slowly shaping up here. Skog is moving in. No light bomb yet. He still can go for Tyrande, but everybody's low, so engaging right now would probably be a bit of a mistake. Hazu gets an easy channel. That's 5 shots fired already. Good for them. Playing it out against Svamgrotta at the top. Shots are in. 28 points against 15, and 2 more altars are ready. Ready for the taking. They move in with a light bomb, but Nick gets out, and Genji has to be safe. The arrow misses. Bishops misses the arrow here. Dehaka still gets attacked by the Vikings at the top, and they're fighting for the bottom bell tower too. And while all of this is happening, Balog is pushing the mid lane. So we are looking at a level advantage for Oxygen Esports, which could easily lead to an early level 20 for them. Nick is alive, and he makes it out of the fight. If not for Z here, he would have died for sure. It really looked like he would fall, but they got him out of the battle. Vikings are now chasing Genji is chasing the Vikings down, trying to empower Svamgrotta to finally channel this one so that he can join the fight down here. Oxygen Esports is still trying to get control over that altar. Lauber zip back out. And yeah, it's nasty. Here comes the Haka. They're giving the top up. They go for the team fight. They give the top up. They're done with it. They have it on Genji. Only Genji has it. Light Bomb is in. And, well, they can only push them away. Not quite giving it up, but look at Genji. Genji can't deal with this in the long run. He's really on a timer here. He's doing his best, but he's running out of mana. He's getting stunned again, and Hazu goes for another channel. They're getting outplayed, and off we go. Oxygen Esports, they're gonna get likely all 3 of these bell towers. Lauber gets stunned, and he's dead. Large and in charge, baby. Olaf to the rescue. 23 points to 15, and here comes level 20, and they still have one more altar they can take. And let's not forget that 2 of these bell towers that we see for Bangbush are very low. Very low. They could claim them as well. So now they have a level 20, and again, they're not channeling. Hazu does it now, but they want that bell tower. They want to go for the bottom bell tower as well before they are doing anything else. So here we are. They're going to take this one down. Hazu lets it go through. Now, I'm not quite sure why. I guess because of the top. I think they... yeah. I mean, I think they could have timed it properly so that they get 6 shots fired. They have another 3 coming in through pumpkins, so now it's 15 to 15, so it's dead even. If you timed it properly, it would have been an additional point of Bangbush's score, but to be fair, it would have been pretty tricky to make it work, so that the top altar, the top bell tower is still under their control, and the bottom one gets claimed, so most likely the timing would have resulted in 5 shots being fired anyways. So yeah, not really that big of a deal. But anyways, Lauber again moving down to the bottom, and guess where Sergeant Hammer is? Up at the top side, trying to get that bell tower back. It's just such a cancerous playstyle. So annoying. They're playing Rat Dota here. You gotta try and chase them down, and obviously Johanna in this case also has the falling sword and can jump out of the fight whenever she wants to. Another camp gets now taken by the Vikings, so another potential 3 shots are gonna be fired here. But yeah, it is just crazy. In the middle, big wave right there. Down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, look where Hammer's going. Immediately headed down to the bot lane. Just playing that ring around the rosy game over and over again with the double altar now spawning towards the bottom of the map. Yeah, they're trying to go for a kill here, but Jojo's just simply jumping out. They disengage potentially as nuts. You have the bunker available. The Vikings can always get revived with a quick ult. Tyrande, she needs to keep herself super safe, of course. But another 3 shots have just been fired thanks to the camp at the top lane. So another set of pumpkins made it through. The arrow down here with a good start, but it wasn't really enough to grant them a kill. And it's all about the channels. And what do the Vikings do? Sitting in the middle trying to take another bell tower. It's already a 5 versus 3 situation in favor of Oxygen Esports. Yeah, Diablo! The barbecue! And finally the hammer is down. The hammer got dropped, but so did Diablo. The good news for the blue team, he'll be back. He had his soul stacks. He tried to go for Copenhagen, and he makes it out. Bad news is that this has happened, and Hazu, he gets interrupted. What a nightmare for the blue team. Can you imagine how annoying it must be to play this composition? Even if they win the team fight and get these altars, what are they getting? 4 points? They're totally useless. They need to take bell towers back. They're losing the map. That's what this composition is designed to do. It's not easy to play what Oxygen Esports is using here, but it's also incredibly difficult to counter it if you are facing an opponent that knows how to do it. Interrupt after interrupt. Svamgrota is trying to grab it, but he can't. He just absolutely can't. It's insane amounts of pressure over and over again. If you lose 2 of those, like guys, again, if both of these altars are lost, it's over. Light bomb engage, and he presses D and is done. Yeah, I got a shield, bro. Iron skin. What are you gonna do? Another interrupt. Svamgrota trying again. This time he might actually get it. And what do they get as their reward? 2 points of the opponent's core. Congratulations. 12 to 13. They need kills and they need them quickly. Genji is rejoining the fight. It's just nasty. It's absolutely nasty. Genji is still there. They're tapping the fountain again. 69,000 damage by Sergeant Hammer. But take a look over to Hanzo. 111,000. Hazu loses 2 of the Vikings, immediately uses his ult, gets interrupted. Full cooldown, and he couldn't revive the Vikings. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That would start the barrage. You can't afford this. Big arrow from Bishops. What a boss. That could be the play. Big arrow from Bishops, and they get the Tyrande kill. Finally, some momentum for Bangbush, and they get Copenhagen. It's a triple kill. They were so close to losing that bottom bell tower and the barrage starting, but they got the kills, and it all started with Hanzo murdering the ult. Now they have to recover this. They gotta recover. So they're taking this one. Lauba is protecting the altar as best as he can, and they're retaking the top side too. What an awesome game to start this series. I mean, we've been really blessed. I've been asking myself the entire time, hey, what's going on here? Day 1, day 2, a lot of one-sided games that we got. And this is the reason why. They saved all of the awesome plays for the final day. I mean, holy shit, the winner bracket final was amazing. And now we're looking here at the losers bracket final, and the party just continues. 9 points, single digits against 12. And a 4 versus 4 situation in bell towers on the map. The Bangbush, they've never given up. And I cannot stress enough how difficult it is to play against the composition that Oxygen Esports has. Especially the way that they are executing it. Incredible. Svamgrota going up against the Vikings. Yep. Pushes them back out. Nice! Nicely done. Pushes them back out, and they even get the bell tower down at the bottom of the map. 10 kills to 5. Alright. All of a sudden, it's Oxygen Esports that has to be a bit afraid here. Yeah, they're looking for another kill, of course. And we have a double altar coming up. If they can maintain the bell tower control they currently hold, then technically the Bangbush could win the game by channeling one altar and then going for the boss. That would end the game. It's a Viking trap. Vikings once again lurking in the shadows. Where do they end up this time? At the top lane, apparently. Chasing Svamgrota. And he's just waddling away, and he's like, no. Not today. They get the camp. Alright. Good for them. That's 3 potential shots against the red team. And here's the double altar. Yeah, now you gotta go top side. Oh boy, what a game. What an amazing game. 23 minutes in. Vikings are now dealing with the bottom of the map to ensure that those pumpkins are not hitting the core. And the Haka wants to channel. Guess who's already ready for it? Tyrande and the Vikings. And the Vikings are channeling the right side. Hazu's everywhere. He's absolutely everywhere right now. 3 shots fired. 9 points to 9. They got the connect. Boss is even getting attacked here. Viking is still dealing with the bot lane. Hazu's going to be fine as long as he doesn't move them away. They try to go for Sergeant Hammer again, but can't quite pull it off here. And here's the Hellgate engaged. They want Tyrande, but they can't get her. Lauba isolated on the wrong side of the map. He's in real trouble. Anduin trying to save him and able to pull it off as Bishops had enough with Arik and drops him. And he's back. The ult already used by Hazu. 140,000 damage from Hanzo now. They try to get Olaf. They can't even go for him. Light bomb engage. They want to go for Sergeant Hammer, but it's Diablo that falls. He had the souls. He'll be back. He'll be back. Genji has to go back in. Condemn being used. And they're still fighting for the top altar. The battle doesn't end. The battle does not end. The Haka now waiting in the wings here for somebody to engage. The Owl, of course, still a problem. Tyranda's YOLOing it out, and it arrives in time. And he starts it immediately again. They're waiting for Hazu. They're waiting for Hazu, but even Jojo could interrupt here. And she's going to do it, but it's too late. 5 shots fired. They're down to 4 points. The boss could end the game. They're too late with the interrupt on Johanna. Just half a second. Guys, this could be the one thing that decides the game at the end of the day. If now the boss gets claimed by the Bangbush, it's over. And it might all be because Benny was just half a second too late. It's such a tense game now. They're going for the boss. The vision is there. Oh, and they let it go. Or do they? The Haka wants to sneak it, I think. He did it earlier. Can he do it again? No. They're gonna get the shots. 5 points to 4. Arrow gets soaked by Eric. What a chat. Big hero Eric sees the Hanzo ult coming and goes straight for it. And Dehaka dies. Oh shit. Yeah, that might just be what won the game for Oxygen Esports. 5 points to 4. Oh! They're down to a single point! The pumpkins made it in! Oh my god! Oh boy! What a game! Oh, this is nuts. Yeah, this is really nuts. Vikings down. They get the top pumpkins. It's one altar to rule them all. Well, more or less. Bangbush still at 5 points on the core. Let's not forget about it. And they are trying to pressure them by taking the top. But they can't. Copenhagen is here. Uh-oh. Nick has just taken it. Guys, pumpkins at the bot lane. And an altar for 5 points. Altar for 5 points. This one decides the game. As it stands, this one will decide the game. Owl gets dodged. They're starting to make their play. Diablo gets saved. Shadowstalk already used. Oh my god. The arrow from Hanzo. They can't get the kill. Light bomb engaged. Can they aim for Tyrande again? Light bomb is in and forces the bunker, but that's all that they got out of this one. Dehaka is in the back. Nick is taking more and more control over the area here. 11 kills to 7, and the channels are happening. They gotta engage. Oh my god, the blue team is in so much trouble here. They have to engage against the Vikings, but they don't really want to. Where is Henning going? He's running all over the map, but Tyrande dies, but so does Edwin. Sergeant Hammer is dead. Sergeant Hammer is dead, but they don't have support anymore. The Vikings are slowly falling. Svamgrota is already trying to channel it once more. The stun, the ult, the kill on Hanzo. What the fuck is happening here? Copenhagen dies. Svamgrota moves back out. It's a 3 versus 3 if you count the Vikings, and you always should. And talking Vikings, Hazu, is he gonna lose someone? Johanna is dead. They're winning it. Bangbush. It's fucking incredible. 2 points on the core against 1 after the pumpkin connect, and there it is. Game number 1 goes to the Bangbush. What an insane game 1. Unbelievable.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
What an incredible first game. I'm honestly blown away by how well they played with the Vikings, but it's even more amazing how well the Bangbush played against them. I mean, both of these teams performed on such a high level. It's crazy. That was probably one of the best maps that I've ever seen on Towers of Doom, and we have seen some insane Towers of Doom games in the past. But the Vikings performance with the split push Sergeant Hammer was so difficult to deal with, and somehow the Bangbush was still able to pull it off, and then it all accumulated into that last final fight, and it was just pure and utter chaos. Anduin running around on the wrong side of the map trying to somehow survive. The same happening also with Tirana. The supports both dying, and then everybody just getting blown to pieces. The Vikings nearly taken down. Dehaka, Jojo running away too. Unbelievable from these teams. And we have the lead for the Bangbush. I mean, I honestly don't really know which team I would like to win more. It's nearly impossible to tell. It feels to me that the Bangbush deserve to finally get into a tournament final and yeah, perform better than just taking 3rd place over and over again. But at the same time, you're looking at Oxygen and the performance that they pulled off in the last couple of games and the way they've been playing in game number 1, and you just ask yourself, yeah, who do you want to go on to the grand final? I honestly don't know. Like, they both need to do it. We need to team them up against Chili Mountain. That's how we play this out. They did not ban Sergeant Hammer on the first map. What are they going to do now? Lucio or Sergeant Hammer? They ban Lucio. They allow Hammer to be taken again. Oh shit. And look at them! They're not sure if they should take him or not. They're not sure if they should take the Sergeant. Is Sergeant Hammer being picked, yes or no? No, they go for Hogger. Infernal Shrines is the map. Alright. I'm excited for this. The first game was crazy. Just crazy. I mean, at this point, even if the series ends with a 3-0, it's going to be totally worth it, the way that they are playing this one out. Sylvanas gets taken. His Hanzo is banned. So Sylvanas gets locked in by Bishops, and they have Mirrodin. So two of the heroes that got banned in the previous game. Actually, wait a second. I'm not quite sure if Sylvanas was banned. I think Sylvanas wasn't taken, right? But yeah, so Mirrodin was banned, so he gets immediately picked. And since Hanzo is banned, Bishops moves over to Sylvanas. Sergeant Hammer. And Diablo. Alright, alright, alright. It is so damn good. Oh, God. I'm celebrating every single one of these picks right now. I really don't care. It was so awesome. Tyrande and the Vikings on the first game. I mean, how awesome can it get? And the way that they played this. Unbelievable. In we go with a Tyrael ban. They really don't want to give Tyrael over to Nick. They really, really don't. That leaves Maiev up. It leaves Kerrigan up. He could go... I mean, so many of the plays that they did previously could now been repeated again. With Sergeant Hammer already taken over potential Jaina, I honestly don't think that they're ever going to go for one of their Medivh picks for him if they are not also getting Jaina for the burst damage, maybe even Varian again. But Diablo has been chosen. And here we are. Double pick. Anduin and Blaze. Yeah, Mirrodin and Blaze. Mirrodin, you never know what you're going to get from Lauber. Is he going to go for Haymaker? Is he going to go for Avatar? Like, how are they adjusting their style to the opponent's composition? Some of his Haymaker plays have really worked out. And then other times he goes Haymaker and they are just farming him. So, yeah. It's always a bit of a tricky one. Either it works out really well for you or you're just getting obliterated by your opponent. Yeah, so Nick. We need the support and we need... Yeah, there it is. Dehaka and Deckard. Triple frontline. Once again. It's the comp these days, honestly. Triple frontline. Once more. Diablo, Dehaka and Hogger. Tons of control on the shrine. And it might force them to also go into a triple melee right now. But if you do, who do you pick? That's the question. Urel would be up. You could go Thrall if you want to do something like that. Doubt it. It's Falstad. Yeah. Range damage. And Gust. Even more important. Alright, a bit more traditional here. Guys, again, we have Sergeant Hammer once again in play. So, once again, Bangbush came in and said, we know about your hammer. We don't care. Show us what you got. Didn't work for you in the first time. We're going to show you again that on map number 2, it's also not going to work out. Infernal Shrines, the Bangbush against Oxygen Esports. Not gonna lie, I'm still recovering a little bit from game number 1, and I can't even imagine how the players feel, but this time the Bangbush won the first map. Against Chili Mountain, they had great games on the first and second map, but they struggled to bring them to victory. In the late game, they always fell off. This time, they were the ones that succeeded in the final fight. Henning on Anduin, Slamgrot on Blaze, Bishops on Sylvanas, we have Laub on Mirrodin, and Skok on Falstad. The right side of the map, with Oxygen Esports, with Hazops playing Sergeant Hammer, Copenhagen on Hogger, Bad Benny on Diablo, Yasu on Deckard Kane for the control, and Nick on Dehaka. Boy, oh boy. What a match. And the games today, they are just out of this world. Lauber again, disappointing, playing the pleb horse. But they are ready for their aggression. They already played 5 games today, actually 6 considering the last one. Spray game is on point. I'm happy to still see that that's a thing. But yes, this time it's Hazops and Sergeant Hammer. Okay, so they're switching it up. This is actually one of the strengths, of course, also from the team, that they have a lot of heroes with the hero pool where it overlaps heavily, and they can always design it around a bit who wants to play what and adjust the draft accordingly. Makes them very flexible, so they can pick a hero early in the draft that multiple players on the team can play on a high level, and then make the adjustment a little bit later down the line. So the poke is happening, and true to the style that they executed in the last couple of games, they want to be aggressive. But they're realizing that right now they are most likely not going to be as successful as hoped for, so they are letting the camp slide and move out. And here's the problem with that. Now, normally when they did it against Chili Mountain and some others, most of the time they won the fight and they took the camp. And even if they didn't win the fight, they at least stole the camp away or got one kill. The way that it played out now, they only wasted their time. So they have now to take their own camp and, well, sacrifice some time for that. Whereas the red team is already going either for the camp at the bottom of the map or can push for some structure. So that's the trade-off that you're going for. The good thing is that they're actually holding on to that camp for as long as they can, and they're getting pretty much everybody involved. So the bottom camp is all of a sudden taken by them. They got the 5-man there, and nearly locked in a kill too. But it also means that Skog has to now move towards the top. They had to leave this one up for grabs though. So they again make the aggressive rotation, and instead of playing it just simply safe and going for their own camp, they move down to the bottom of the map, take the fight, and then move back up. Now this worked out well, but now just imagine what happens if they lose the fight at the bot lane, one of their heroes dies, and then the camp gets claimed by Hazu and his boys. They would immediately double check what's going on here, and then could take the second camp as well. But it worked out for the Bangbush. They're taking risks and they're being rewarded for them. Now with the Haka played by Nick, I assume that it's very reasonable to think he's going again for the adaptation on level 10. He's been doing it in previous games where he's been playing the Haka. Every time that you are seeing a team going into like multiple bruisers at the side of their main tank, you can assume that also adjustments on those builds are definitely a possibility. Yeah, they go for... Oh my god, they're not only going for Bad Benny, they are murdering Bad Benny. Somebody call the care police, please, because that was a crime we just witnessed here. He had no chance. I mean, at that point, he could have just taken his hands off the keyboard and just let it happen, because they crushed him where he stood. Absolutely no opportunity for him to get out there. Stun after stun, and with this kill and the camps that they took, they will get the early level 7. Now, the gap isn't big, but all that you're looking for when you're trying to fight for the first objective is a slight advantage in level 7 talents, so that he can make the play. No Ruby this time. This time it's the potion of shielding. He got some damage in over here. But yes, this is looking fairly good, at least initially, on the camp. The Haka's there, gets stunned right away, looking for the drag. Swampgrota moving out, but the connect is happening. I still think that Swampgrota should be able to escape here. And Falstad is pushing the bot lane, despite the fact that they already have level 7. So they might try to get bottom pressure going instead. He has secret weapons, so he can get that extra damage in against structures if he wants to. But the Haka has moved into the mid lane, so it's a 4 versus 4 up at the top. But Skog is getting good damage down against the structures. 15 stacks against 9. Hogger pogging hard. And they can't control him. They can't control him, but they're still ahead a bit. And Falstad is now flying into the middle. Now he got some damage done at the bottom wall. And Hogger is... I mean, he's not stopping. Hogger isn't stopping here. They're trying to go for Killstone, but Benny is immediately slowed down. And now that Falstad is appearing, all of a sudden there's real pressure against Benny that could result in a kill. But Nick is also appearing, and Falstad is licked and saved for now by Anduin. 30-30 though, and it's going to be the red team that gets the Punisher. Yep, red team with Punisher #1. They are able to claim it. Once you have taken position with Sergeant Hammer, it's very difficult to lose it. Lauber behind the gate, please. Yeah, the ping is happening for a good reason. But now we have a Punisher pushing together with Sergeant Hammer, so you can already kiss that gate goodbye and maybe even have to sacrifice the fort itself. 1 kill is all that we had so far in the game. 1 single kill. Blaze against the Haka on the side lane. Punisher gets taken down. Hogger pogging back up. And yeah, they can retreat here. But not a lot of damage done with the first objective. Lau was trying to jump in again to get them some damage, maybe a stun. But couldn't really. Oh, that could have been a wall stun. Muradin, there's that Stormbolt where you need it. There it is. Can they take Benny down? No. But they're definitely damaging him. And then at the same time, Blaze is holding on to the bot lane control and gets them the experience that they need to crawl a little bit closer towards level 10. Lauber again on the move. Jumps in, hits the Stormbolt. Maybe a little bit over eager here. And it's the red team that is trying to capitalize on that with the wall stun against the chicken. And the bird's the word. Down goes Skok. And that is kill number 1 for Oxygen Esports. And also the kill that leads them to level 10. Now, mind control against Sergeant Hammer is a problem. And Hazu is slowed. And that's a kill too. So they get the Sergeant, great mind control, good oil spills from Grota, ensuring that's not a problem here. And they're gonna kill Nick very likely as well. Or can they? No, they don't get the jet propulsion again. The Lulnado has already been used to save him. So nice moves by Nick to get out. And of course, good job by Yasu to help him out here. This time, no lightning breath, by the way, but instead we're seeing the Apocalypse used. And Haymaker. Lauba is going for the Playmaker moves once again. And as it stands, next a battle for the camps. Yeah, it's again a nice game already. Already off to a good start here. After map number 1, I didn't really expect anything else, but it's always nice when it's confirmed then. So the action is ready. They're making the plays, and well, slowly the walls are getting poked and also the structures. With all the damage that was done thanks to the Punisher at the top lane fort, if you're honest, at the bottom of the map, Falster was able to do the exact same thing. So with the second objective playing out with level 10 abilities for both teams, it's a bit of a different story. But Falster is getting continuous side lane pressure. And Dehaka is a bit slow to react here. They're always trying to get bishops also on the lane so he can do damage with Sylvanas, but so far it hasn't really been enough. But look at what Skok is doing. Skok, again, has nearly taken a structure out. And Nick is rotating over to prevent it from happening, but he's always a bit late and has to let at least some damage happen. So, yeah. Oh, didn't see that. Dodges out on the tongue. And here comes Lauba. Gets the isolation. And, well, they want the chicken. It's a bait, baby. And it nearly works. Skok, fly, do anything. And he gets out. Oh, holy hell. That got spicy for both teams very quickly. Isolation being used, trying to get the hit there. Top side now with level 13 already in the hands of the red team. The blue team is getting it too. But yep, the camp, this is going to be a problem for their top fort. They might lose this one. Yeah, they might lose the top fort. And at the same time, Hogger is already going for the easy spin. I mean, he's going to claim that. There's a reason why Hogger is banned most of the time on this map. So they're going to get an easy Punisher here. Mid lane is easily the best for Hogger. And he's just murdering it. And they get a mind control, but it's a bit late because everybody else already moved away from him. So the stun doesn't even connect. Look at fucking Hogger over here. He does not care. Dong, 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 dong. Thank you. Punisher time. Now they are realizing it too, and they're just moving down to the bottom of the map and take the fort down. The Lulnado is a bit late, and Benny, yeah, he's dead. Benny is dead, and he had the soul stacks. Henning gets killed too before he enters the bunker, so with Diablo immediately returning, if they can't get another kill, it's going to be a 5 versus 4 anyways. Oh, the Haymaker! Azu can kiss his life goodbye as he gets Haymakered hard. Mind control, and there's the kill. Well done. Yeah, they're getting a few kills, 3 in total, but they still got to deal with the Punisher here. But here's the battle once again, just to get a bit of an idea. So first it was really just a move for Sergeant Hammer at the top, and with the Haymaker it sealed the deal of Hazu, and then after that they were also able to get another one. Hogger this time is the one who had fell. The forts are still standing. It's actually kind of interesting that right now it's still the Bang Bush that is the only team that has destroyed a fort. 5 kills to 2, and they have a leading experience now as well. They are doing a great job dealing with Sergeant Hammer. It was incredible to me how they controlled map number 1. Control is maybe the wrong word, but how they always were able to just counterplay the Vikings and Sergeant Hammer in the crucial moments. But now they are able to put pressure on Hazobs multiple times. With mind control, the follow-up stuns, and also the slows that are coming out. Now, as you can see, Bad Benny is already trying to get a hit here. They hope to take these forts down. The problem is really the level 16 talent for the Bang Bush. Because now they're ahead again, and they're already taking a lot of extra camps, which will give them even more of an experience lead. So it's those marginal gains that they're getting over and over. But, yeah, what can they do with 16? First of all, they got the double pull now. Glyph of Faith. Will of the Forsaken. And yeah, I mean, Anduin, he's just an absolute beast. He's always been an expert at pulling out, so now he can do it twice. Level 16 is soon going to be ready for Oxygen Esports too. Whereas Lauber at the bottom of the map is now utilizing his Bronze Beard Rage a bit to also get some clear here. They want the hammer again, don't they? Oh. Ah, what a play! Are you? No way. They nearly got one there. I love the idea. They lose Anduin, but God, I love the idea of that play. The Gust is out and they pull him back, but God, that was good. Sylvanas jumping in, mind controlling, and then he moves over and they connected. If not for so many heroes of the red team being nearby, this might have been a Sergeant Hammer kill. That was really well done, but of course now with Anduin gone, they are paying the price. So Lauber gets moved around by the Lulnado, the fort is destroyed. Thankfully for the Bang Bush, the objective hasn't been announced yet. But yeah, that was some sexy shit that we just saw there. Again, it backfired, but the idea alone was just cool. So yeah, here we are. We have again the Shaman getting attacked. And over here, no moves are being made yet. I suppose that they're going to move Hogga in just a second. So right now, yeah, Nick is already assisting that too. 17 to 17. So guys, this is again the play. We had 2 Punishers taken by the red team. And eventually, the Bang Bush has to make a play for it. The Bang Bush has to eventually win an objective. You can't just simply sit on the map and lose every single objective there is. Once they're scaling too hard, you're going to lose it all. So currently, there's a Frozen Punisher, the strongest arguably in the game. And let's see if we can maybe see one for the blue team too. They're taking a big lead here, but now the Haka is coming. The Haka is coming, is immediately moving out, and they're getting far away from Sergeant Hammer and from the Shrine. They got 23, but look at Hogga. He's doing the same shit again. Hogga is going for the big one. Lulnado is already out. The mind control on Diablo. They want him. They haymaker him. They get him. And he's down for the count. He's down for the entire duration. And now they go for Yasu. And he's dead as well. Yasu is down. And they got the Shrine control. Great play. Hogga had to cancel. The mind control in Diablo, as you can see. The haymaker into the wall. He didn't have enough soul stacks. He dies. And then the big jump of Muradin straight for Deckard Cain, who also gets dropped. 5 versus 4. They get the camps. Yes, the top fort has fallen. As the Haka was pushing, they have to retreat, of course, both of them, since the bot lane is now in real danger of losing the keep, and you cannot afford that to happen. Sylvanas jumping in already, as we have the Punisher dealing with the wall and the minions. Boy, they are in trouble here. Punisher is going to do work, but the aggressive plays from the Bang Bush, what we already admired in their series against Chili Mountain, they're carrying that momentum over in this loser bracket final against Oxygen Esports and are continuing the trend. Yeah, talking about aggression, now they're a little bit too aggressive. Muradin goes down. They still got the Gust. No, they don't. They need to make sure that they're not losing more heroes here. Yep, and they're going to get away. Even the bunker being used against the Haka, but both get caught! Oh, what a play to take down Falstad, but at least Sylvana survives. Hogga isn't done with them yet. Mind control even being used, and they are able to escape. They overdid it slightly. Muradin gets caught, he gets killed. They're close to level 20. What a beautiful game again. I know I'm repeating myself here, but the winner bracket final and the loser bracket final both have just been delivering time and time again. Not a bad map in the bunch so far. Now one catapult in, that's obviously taken down by the minion wave, but they are claiming they're claiming the fort at the bot lane. It's still a fact that oh, careful. Yeah, Hogga, you can't get caught. It's still an obvious fact that right now we're looking at a series in which we still have both teams with a chance of winning it. While the keep has been destroyed on the side of Oxygen Esports, we still have 2 forts for them, one in the middle and the top lane, whereas Bang Bush has lost all of them. Level 20 talents available. Not that we're going to see a fight where the red team doesn't have them yet, because they're super close to them too. And here we are. Dark Lady's Call. Rewind for Muradin. That's also increasing his survivability, of course, by a lot. And where's the 20 for Oxygen Esports? Yeah. We got, ooh, the advanced lava strike. Okay, so more control over the shrines, I guess. More nados and contagion. I, by the way, want to highlight that I talked about the early game and said that there's a chance that the Haka is going to go for adaptation again, because Nick has been doing it in the past when they've been playing that triple frontline with the Haka. But they are going in contagion here to have even more control in this. Yeah, and Stormbolt missing. Lauber threatening it. It's actually still wild, because it's so tricky for the Bangbush to win these fights. I don't know if they can. They need another connect by Bishops and his mind control. Look how aggressive they are again. They're all out there. And Lauber gets barely saved. That was some great connect. Oh, but yeah, the double pull. Anduin's pull-out game is just spectacular. Second to none. He's fantastic. If not for him, that would have been a kill. He already saved him in the first move, and then in the second one, he just did it again. So now he has to wait for the cooldowns to come back up. But that was quite something. Muradin would have died twice there. But can they actually win an objective again? The only way for them to win an objective is by winning a team fight. And, well, they might win it by getting a kill. And they try, but they're also getting chased. The Gust! Oh, they can't get it. Wind Tunnel has been used for this. Ah, boy. That's, of course, a low cooldown for Sylvana, so she can just YOLO it out whenever she wants to. But this is still a bit tricky. And these little nados that are everywhere. I mean, damn, son. How many books do you need? Hogga is already going for it. They need a kill. They know it. They need that kill. And they're getting that kill. No way. But they're also losing. Yes, they're losing Anduin. Anduin is dead. Skog again moving out. Kill for a kill. Both of the supports gone. Unbelievable. They had to dive in deep. It's the only chance that they really had here. Bishops is just YOLOing one ult out after another whenever he has the cooldown ready, because they can capitalize on it over and over and over again. But Muradin is dead and Diablo somehow survived. And Sylvanas died too. And guys, while all of this is happening, the top keep is suffering and falling. Oh god, this is not looking good for the Bangbush. No, 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 no. This is really looking more and more like we might have a win here for Oxygen Esports. 19-minute Punisher. And the keep at the top so low that any kind of aggression towards it will take it down. Yeah, there is a solid chance that now two keeps will fall. And of course, given the fact that they have to wait 25 seconds for Sylvanas and for Muradin to come back, there's also an opportunity to end the game. So there's a chance here. There's definitely a chance. I mean, with this, we got 8 kills to 8, and what a what a push it is. The old man is on his way. That keep is going to fall 100%. Can they get more? It's going to be a 5-man defense in just another moment, unless, of course, they get another kill. Catapults at the bot lane, not going to be a problem. It's only one right now. A second one is coming. There's the gas. They go for the wind tunnel. Little nados everywhere. Full on Fiesta. They're trying their best to end the game. Catapults on the core as well as the shield is already falling. They're now making another play for a kill. Muradin jumping out, but the core is low and they are likely to lose it right here. Bishops is taking the Punisher down. They're saving the day for now. How? The keep at the top is gone. The one in the middle is gone. They're trying to go for Nick, but they missed the jet propulsion. There's a double catapult at the bottom of the map, but with the Haka already trying to retreat here, he's going to deal with both of them. And of course, he could always come back again. Actually, did not go back. Double catapult, and now another one is soon going to join them here. But they're fighting still. 40% on that bloody core. 40%! The Haka! They killed the Haka! The Haka is dead. They got the kill. Guys, if Falstad flies over, he might be able to go for the core with them. There's the shield on the core is already falling. And so is Diablo. Falstad! He doesn't get the angle. He doesn't get it. Can he somehow barrel roll? Must. Can't. Oh, the dwarf! How many hop? The dwarf, the ghost! Yasu! Get wrecked! Get murdered, son! They took him down. Lauber, he's caught. What is happening? What is happening? Benny turns into good Benny as he goes for the kill. And the core is falling to the Winions. 30%. Oh, 27. They got a YOLO. They got a YOLO. All or nothing. 30 seconds for the... They can't. They can't. They need a kill. Benny, he's in the corner. He's in the corner. They're gonna get him. They're gonna get Benny. Mind control. Diablo is dead. What is this game? What is happening in this series? They're moving back out again. It's not possible. They can't take it. This isn't winnable any longer. You have to go for the core now. I know it's a shitty spot. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, it's nearly impossible to core here. But what else are you gonna do? Fight for another objective? Play the long game? That's just not happening. That can't be happening. Once it's a 5 versus 5 again, they're gonna be lost. Holy hell. Bangbush. They're trying to play it out in another 5 versus 5. These guys have lost both their keeps. And they lost, 73% on the core. A catapult on the core is going to end this thing. If they backdoor, obviously for backdoor, you have to get close enough first without your opponent noticing, so it's not like they can just walk over there. But with that shrine at the top, how do you win this? How do you actually win this now? Blaze hasn't died yet. They're sneaking down to the bot lane. They need a kill. Guys, they're trying now. Dehaka is there. Blaze, he's the only one that shows for now. But here comes Falset. They're trying with the 5-man to go for the core. There's no way. How are they playing this now? I honestly don't... looking at the minimap, I honestly don't know how they're going to play this. They try to force the catapults in. Swamgrotta, he needs to go beast mode. If he wants to take Nick down, he needs to go beast mode. Catapult is getting completely blocked. They're fighting the battle at the top. Second catapult. Also, no driver's license. Lost here. They're playing 2 different fights. Once again, Nick is making a play. Takes 1 catapult out and he eliminates the next. The core is losing his shields. They're starting to go down to the bottom. Skok wants to get a little bit closer. They gotta fly in. They gotta YOLO it. Again, at some point, you need to take the risk. There is just no other way. There's no other way. You have to. You're gonna lose the game if you don't. Haymaker. The get the fuck out of here move from Lauber right away. Wind tunnel already used. 70%. You gotta be shitting me. There's no fucking way. Volstead is dead. 39%. 36. Are you shitting me? There is no chance he's dying. 70, 30, 12%. Oh my god. What an amazing attempt to go for the game. They had 1 chance and they knew it. They YOLO'd it hard. They came in, they said, guys, we have nothing to lose. This game is over. If we wait, Oxygen wins it. And they made a spectacular play for the core, but they get wiped at 12% and Oxygen Esports ends the game. The series is tied as we are headed to the 3rd game of the best of 5. Unbelievable. Amazing series. Amazing games. We had such a great attempt by the Bangbush to win the game. They were pretty much screwed, right? 2 keeps lost, you are in the late game, catapults are gonna murder you. Team fights are really problematic because it's so difficult for you to get into the shrines whenever they are playing for them, with Sergeant Hammer and Hogeye up against you. But they made the play at the bottom of the map and they nearly got the core down. And guys, honestly, if those stupid catapults behind that camp just got off 1 shot each, instead of getting stuck, they would have won that game. 1 shot each, 2 shots each, doesn't really matter. The game would have been in favor of the Bang Bush. So yeah, Blizzard and their AI definitely having a little bit of to do with the outcome here. But you gotta give Bang Bush some credit. Initially approaching the core, they were trying to get kills. They realized, shit, it's not happening. We missed some of our ults. We can't make it work anymore. We don't get that mind control connect that we wanted. So then they decided to just swap from trying to go for a kill, instead go for the core. And obviously getting there in the first place was pretty difficult because Oxygen Esports was blocking them wherever they could. And they still got the core down to 12%. They got so close. But also, huge shout out to Oxygen Esports for what they just pulled off here. Fantastic series. We're going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. And, well, we got a 1-1 situation going with this time. Look at the bans. They still don't ban Sergeant Hammer. They dealt with Sergeant Hammer beautifully well on the first map. They did well on the second. And they still don't ban Sergeant Hammer out. They're still saying like, yeah, whatever, we can deal with this. It's annoying, we don't want to do it, but we still can. So, do your worst. Put the hammer into play, and we'll show you how it's done. And then you see Johanna banned out. So here in Tomb of the Spider Queen, they're getting rid of Jojo. Blaze and Junkrat get immediately taken. Hanzo is up, by the way. So Hanzo is up. He could be taken too. Or Bishops could just go for Sylvanas again. I mean, both really are good here. Yeah. I'm actually very, very curious which choice they're making. They're going for Hanzo. Alright, Bishops is going for Hanzo. We get some arrows, boys. Skog on Leoric. Hogger played by Svamgrota. They could also swap this. I mean, we had some insane games from Skog on Hogger. So, yeah. God, the games that we had so far were just so damn good. And Tomb of the Spider Queen has always been a massive highlight whenever we had Oxygen Esports playing. Now against the Bang Bush, I just can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Diablo's banned. And they're banning Anduin. Yeah, if you're playing Leo, then you're just like praying, like, please ban Anduin. The fucker ruins every single entomb that I throw out there. Get rid of him. Get rid of the boy band hero there. And yeah. We got Malfurion. He's locked in. So another squishy right there. And what else? Come on. Malf and Tyrael. And again, we could see Tyrael swapped over in the hands of Nick, so there's no guarantee that this is the only frontliner that they're taking, or the last frontliner that they're taking. They could also just decide to let Tyrael be played by Nick and give another hero over to Benny. Tyrael has been banned out time and time again on the third slot by the Bang Bush because they know that Nick is playing this assassin Tyrael that we've seen from other teams now too. There's Rhaegar. And Muradin. Muradin, Hogger, Leoric, and Bishops with Hanzo as the only range damage. Okay, boys. The final pick, it's Tracer. Tracer, Malfurion, and Tyrael. It's the Holy Trinity. That's the best Tracer support that you can get. The overheal, the shield. Tomb of the Spider Queen, one of the two teams here is going to take the lead. Again, this is for the grand final. The winner goes to the grand final. The loser takes third place in the tournament. Bang Bush against Oxygen. Game number 3, Henning is playing Rhaegar, Svamgrota on Leo. As I said, it was so obvious they would swap Hogger to Skog. He's been playing such an insane Hogger lately. I really want to see if he is going to be the one little linchpin that they need to make sure that they're taking the lead in the series, or if they can. Laub on Muradin, we got Bishops on Hanzo. And on the right side of the map, it's Bad Benny with Tyrael, Hazorps on Junkrat, Tracer played by Nick, Copenhagen on Blaze, and Yasu with the Emerald Dreams on Malfurion. So here we are, and guys, well, this is where one of the two teams is obviously gonna take the lead again. Which team is gonna pull ahead? Which team will have a match point as we're heading into the next one? So we have already Austin's Renewal on level 1. The series has been absolute highlight. But, yep, at the top, they're chasing Tracer. They're tracing down her path, maybe, if anything. But, yeah. So, now that we're going, we are down to the bottom of the map. Still our solo laner, so Leo is going to have to battle it out with a Blaze. And, well, with all of the damage here at the top and all the squishies, we're going to keep our eye on Hogger, and they're already pushing them back again. There we go. Yeah, what do we have? We already have down to the bot lane a little bit of freedom for Copenhagen that he's probably not used to. Tries to get the damage in. And Bishops is also moving out. Svamkrota still fine. I mean, again, it's the early aggression. Everybody's looking for a kill. So far, nobody will really commit too hard. Obviously, Lauber wants to have that one Stormbolt that the rest of the team can follow up on. But it's also camps that after the 1 minute mark, you need to slowly start to focus on. Start to get a couple of these bruisers, maybe lock the siege giants in for your team. It's the usual motions at the beginning of the game while you're collecting gems, working towards objective number 1. And we have seen very aggressive games all day long from the Bangbush, so yeah. But then again, up at the top, Bishops, he's doing his thing and will obviously after level 10 also try to get those arrows connected. That's an awkward one, because now Copenhagen has to get out. He thought he was the only one that was aiming for this, but then Svamkrota appeared and he realized that he's a bit outnumbered and the rest of the team just couldn't make it in time. And yep, there we are. We got, at this point already, the Divine Vigor, the Pulse Generator as well. 0 kills, both teams on level 4, and everybody just playing it slow. Actually, it does a little bit injustice to the way that the blue team is playing this. Everybody playing it slow while still aiming for kills and looking for a moment like this one. And Lauber is the first one that will make that jump forward in an attempt to get a lock on someone. 31 gems to 33. Everybody is still very, very diligent about it. And here we are. All of a sudden, yeah, Bishops slowly moving back out. Okay, there's the hit. They're trying to go for Benny. And Benny is low, but not low enough. Murder, on the other hand, needs to be very careful because he could quickly turn on him. Junkrat has no point left the mid lane. It's just pushing another one in. And down to the bottom of the map, we currently have Svamkrota and Copenhagen just battling it out with another draining Blaze a bit low. Yeah, sorry, it has been a long day already. Actually, I haven't even realized it. We are currently in the loser bracket final. We still have the grand final to start. And we've already been at it for 6 hours. So, yeah, quite a long day ahead. 4th day in a row now. Not a single kill just yet, but a lot of damage being done. The bot lane in particular has suffered. Both of the walls have lost the tower, and some of the gates have been destroyed too. Teams are now turning in, and it is the Bangbush who is a bit ahead, and even Svamkrota, the solo laner, is able to deliver his gems. Lauber is holding the most right now with the 6 that he has claimed earlier. There's a level 7 talent for them too. And we're getting slowly to level 10 where the real party is starting up. Both of these teams played an incredible tournament. They had to qualify through the 10 qualifiers. And the performance from the Bangbush in particular in the winner bracket was absolutely incredible. Whereas Oxygen Esports today, of course, had to move through the loser bracket a bit earlier. They faced off against the Cats in the earlier round and made this a very, very quick 3-0. So, great performance by them there, but both of them definitely deserve to go on to the grand final. Only one of them can pull it off though. It's just how it works. And, well, they are all fully aware of it. So here comes the attempt at the first kill. They go for Benny, trying to lock him down again, bullying him around as best they can, and Lauber himself low, but able to get out. Hogger pogging into the wrong direction. Skog lost and is halving out as Lauber is also trying to escape. He's dead, and then they're moving over to Skog and they're getting a double kill. Benny and his boys, they're getting 2 kills. And they're delivering, or they're denying a couple of gems to them. Svamkrota also low and is able to survive. Whereas the red team is now getting the first turn in of the game. Web Weavers are going to touch ground, and Oxygen Esports with a nice start into the game. Awesome. Good stuff for them. 2 kills to 0. And now the Bangbush, I think it's actually one of the first times they find themselves a little bit behind as they're starting into all of this. So, well, up at the top, we already have Svamkrota in position now too. Gets stunned again as he's already trying to deal with the Web Weaver early. Down to the bottom of the map, they're going for Bad Benny, and that might actually be a kill. Nope, they can't. Instead, Bishop's in trouble. Nick on his Tracer, diving in instantly. And just try to drop him here. Oh, the judgment! And the kill on Rhaegar. Hanzo is dead, and so is Lauber. Holy shit. Yep, that is bad news. Really bad news for the Bang Bush. Level 10 hit early for Team Oxygen, and they capitalized on it massively. Now they're trying to go for Skog, and the lock is in as Malfurion lays down the lawn. Another kill. Hogga dies, but it all started with a triple kill at the bottom of the map. The Judgment, as the main tank Tyrael, goes for the aggressive move. They drop Rhaegar, no more sustain, no level 10 ability to fight back. And then a triple kill after that, with 2 forts destroyed. An insane blow to the Bang Bush in this first game of the series. Not only did they lose gems, they fell far behind in experience. It's 6 kills to 0. And we could get an easy second turn in now for the red team. Nick is trying to make it happen. We got Haymaker once again. Bishops has his arrow, but it might be too little too late. They're in real trouble here. This is a big, big problem now. This was such a brutal move by Oxygen. It was the perfect timing. Level 10 abilities with the Web Weaver push, thanks to the double kill they got previously, and then just taking multiple heroes down, denying gems to the blue team, getting enough for another turn in themselves. Stun into stun. Henning with a self-ancestral. They go for Muradin, and Malfurion drops his ult. Lauber escapes, but everybody on the blue team is just desperately trying to get out of harm's way, as they're getting focused over and over again. The Tracer composition is working so well. They were able to at least get a hit here, but Tracer's just diving out of the Entomb. Yeah, not the appropriate bathroom for her apparently, so he's just simply moving out. And the turn in, Leo is trying, and he gets it. Blue team gets a turn in, but they're also losing. Lauber, maybe not. Lauber! Oh, the Haymaker saving his ass, but Hogga is dead. Oh boy. Yeah, Benny, you gotta be a bit careful too. Yeah, you're walking straight into a trap here as well. So they're trying for another one. They try for Leo, and guess who's in trouble? It's Svamkrota. Here come the body blocks, and he's gone. Leo is dead, and Hogga is also still not on the map. Oh my god, what is happening? Apparently Oxygen Esports got a little bit angry after the last map, didn't they? They nearly lost it and decided that's not a good thing. Blaze gets Hanzo though. Blaze gets Hanzo just to be obliterated a half a second later too. Yeah, this Web Weaver wave is not going to do anything for them. Easy defense for Oxygen Esports. They even got elite in talents now. Look how aggressive Lauber is though. They don't want to... I mean, honestly, they won't accept it. They don't want to accept it at all. Leo is back. Web Weaver at the top has been reclaimed or taken down, and now they're going into the mid lane. But have a look at this little play. So first it seems like Blaze is able to make it out. Then he gets Hanzo'd. Beautiful connect there. I mean, insta-hit. Bam! Just for Hanzo to be met by the swisher of Leo. Yeah. No, actually not Leo, sorry. Didn't get killed by his teammate, don't get me wrong. So yeah, 9 kills to 1. Arrow after the Entomb, and he still just bunkers it up and is like, yeah boys, what else you got? This is not gonna be enough to get the kill against me. Lauber is moving out. Again, they're more than a level behind. And the attacks, they just keep coming. The first objective for Oxygen Esports not only led to multiple kills, but also 2 forts that were destroyed. The first objective for the Bang Bush didn't even drop a single one of the outer structures. And they are again being chased here. Bishops is jumping. Everybody is just on the run. The entire game. And now the red team turns in again. It's a massive problem for the Bang Bush. I mean, from the beginning it was an issue simply because of how much they lost during that first objective. Nick face-checking that bush a little bit, but still able to make it out. Stormbolt is missing Malfurion. Things are not really aligning for them. And here comes another potential kill. Hogga goes down again, and guess what? It's happening just as the Web Weaver's on the ground. Tracer is gone though, so somebody has to go for those gems, and a beautiful Entomb against Bad Benny. Benny still able to make it out potentially. Gets met by Svamkrota, and the mace to the face. But it's not only Tyrael that dies here. We're also seeing Hanzo explode again. It's just death and decay all over the place here. With the Web Beavers now taking the top out. A 2-level lead for Oxygen Esports. And they're focusing on Muradin at the bottom of the map. As Lauba is trying to escape again and actually makes it out of the fight. Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, people are just dying all over. We have 14 kills now at the 11-minute mark. And of course, key walls have been destroyed too. In the middle of the map, it's even the keep that is taking damage here. But with level 16, they could now also try and make a play for the boss, for example. What a crazy game. It is so chaotic. Whereas game number 1 and game number 2 had their chaotic moments, it felt that the overall control that both teams had over each team fight was pretty spectacular. Right now, it's just utter chaos in fight after fight. 52,000 damage, by the way, already by Tracer. It's pretty good. 52,000 damage by Tracer is what we're getting right now. And yeah, it is looking wild. They go for the boss, of course, as they should. The attempt to at least scout it out is thwarted right away. 12-minute boss, level 16 talents. Bangbush will have theirs for the defense. By now we're also getting, by the way, Ysera's gift. We have Nature Swiftness, so you went full on into the build here with Malfurion. And Tracer going into the Ricochet on level 16. So they're really trying to just push the keep down. And again, once again, it is the judgment that is the biggest problem. But look at Bishops. He's able to jump out and then a beautiful ancestral healing. Rhaegar nearly pays with his life for it, but he is able to make it out. And now Lauba. Beautiful jump, but again, Blaze was ready for it. Lauba's engage here was just great, but Blaze was ready for it immediately and just stunned him out before he even could hit the Stormbolt. Hanzo is nearly able to take Nick down, but Tracer just survives it with a sliver of health, and then Malfurion does the rest. Now it's 13 kills to 3, and they're even going for the core here. I'm not sure if they can end it, but they will definitely be able to damage it. And now that Hanzo is gone, there's a solid chance that they're going to end the game. 14 to 3 kills. What a beatdown. Oxygen Esports, after we had 2 incredible maps, now the red team with tons and tons of aggression, not even allowing the Bangbush to take a deep breath here, as they are killing them where they stand, playing hero whack-a-mole. 16 kills to 3 in a 2-1 lead for Oxygen Esports in the best of 5 series. Cursed Hollow, map number 4. Bit of a change of pace here. After we had 2 incredibly close games, Oxygen Esports apparently decided that they are done with this, and they took no prisoners on the last map. So they take the lead in this best of 5 series, and this is the first match point for them. So now they got an opportunity to take down the Bangbush and move on to the grand final to face off against Chili Mountain once again. So yeah, here's the opportunity. Brightwing gets banned. I still think that we're going to get the Lucio ban, but another thing that I also am a bit curious about is how they are going to deal with Tyrael, because it was definitely one of the issues that existed for the blue team in the last game, that the heavy engage potential from Tyrael made it super tricky for them to deal with any of this. So here we are. Hanzo gets banned again on a big map. And, well, what are we getting as the final ban here? It's Lucio, yeah. This could be another hammer map, though. It's actually very, very cool to me that Bangbush has no respect for Sergeant Hammer here. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're probably super annoyed with Sergeant Hammer, so I don't think they like playing against it. But I love that they are just saying, okay, if you want her, take her. We'll deal with it. And they have, in the past. Oh, Dehaka and Sylvanas. So this is already a chance to go for some split pushing. Yeah, with Hanzo banned out, Bishop's second choice is usually Sylvanas. Hogga is the first pick for Copenhagen. Didn't really work out for the blue team on the last map, so Skork, for all the praise that I gave him, he never really had a chance to shine there. I mean, neither had anybody else on the team, to be honest. They were just pressured continuously and losing ground by the second. But here's the double pick, Diablo and Anduin. Alright. Crybaby is in the game again. The beta of the storm. There's a reason he has a Robin skin. There's a reason for that. There's a reason why it's a Robin skin and not a Batman skin. But they already have their double front line. Could go for the triple. And what do you ban? Tracer, alright. Which means the Tyrell is still open. Now the Bang Bush could take him, of course, too. So if you're still afraid that Nick is going to take him, then there's a chance to claim him as well. I mean, Tyrell is great in Cursed Hollow in the first place. You have Sanctification on the boss battle, for example, or even on just one of the fights that you have around the tributes. And depending on which position you take him in, going for Judgment is also really going to help you here. Big map as well. Let's not forget about that. We already had one Viking game today. Yeah, Marcel is banned, alright. You want to shield Diablo a bit here. Bit of a moment of truth now. Is Lauber just gonna murder it up again? Or are they changing their MO a little bit? I mean, could be another Mirrodin pick for him. Not a bad hero here either. But then you also leave Tyrell up. Genji! And Rhaegar. Alright, they are leaving it up for the last pick. Okay, Genji Sylvanas. I mean, the Genji pick is also facilitated here because they want to pick Genji away from the red team so that they can't be going for the light bomb engage. It's not a guaranteed win or anything, but it's so difficult to deal with, especially for your squishy backliners. But now the moment for Nick and for Hazu. Big curveball. What do they do? Map number 4. You can risk something here if you're okay playing the 5th map. Greymane and Blaze. So yes, we get the triple frontline again. And we have Greymane as the only range damage dealer, so to say. I mean, melee or range, depending on how you look at it. Lauber, what is our boy picking now? Yeah, come on, if you're picking last and you're taking this much time, then at least take something else but Mirrodin. Yeah, ETC. On the one hand, I really like it because it's the old school Lauber. On the other hand, I'm always a little bit fearful when I see ETC because, again, he is just so squishy. He can be so strong, but he can also be absolutely dropped in seconds. Either way, Cursed Hollow, first match point for Oxygen Esports. Let's see if they can claim it. Game number 4, the first match point for Oxygen Esports. Henning playing Rhaegar, Bishop, Sylvanas, Skok on Genji, Svamgrotta, Dehaka, and Lauber on ETC. To the right side of the map, Hazuops, currently playing Greymane. We got Nick on Hogger, Yasu on Anduin, Bad Benny on Diablo, and Copenhagen is playing Blaze. Incredible games today. Question is, of course, are we going to get another 5-mapper? We already had a 5-map match in the winner bracket final. Are we going to get another one in the loser bracket final? The games here were just absolutely incredible. The composition played by Oxygen Esports on map number 1 was fantastic, and the reaction of the Bang Bush was also incredible. So once again, we have the teams facing off against each other, this time on Cursed Hollow. And Rhaegar gets caught a little bit here. Yeah, not taken down yet. Bang Bush, obviously, they have to shake off the loss on Tomb of the Spider Queen. That was a pretty big blow. Because the problem that they faced there was that Oxygen Esports, once they gained the momentum, never let it go. They just drove it in time and time again, murdered them, took the forts down, got those kills. Now ETC is a little bit of a... I mean, ETC is honestly one of the key factors here. If Lauber can play one of these ETC styles of, oh, Benny, solid escape, nice. Then again, yeah, I'm sorry. You can run. He's trying to employ the French defense here and run away, but he can only run for so long. He was at the wrong side of the map, so Yasu is down, he dies. But yeah, for ETC, it's going to be a bit wild, because the question is really, can they keep him alive long enough in these fights? ETC is a huge asset if you have a great ETC player, but there's also a little bit of a problem that comes with him, and that's simply that he can be on the squishy side, and they're facing off against a massive melee lineup. Now, of course, if he goes for the mosh pit and he lands one against 2, 3, 4 heroes, that's always the dream, and then they need to make sure that Genji and Sylvanas are getting the kills. But you need to be very careful how you engage with ETC in situations like this one. But yeah, here we are. We got on level 1 the enhanced agility. Down to the bottom of the map, we get, well, Skog now, again. Sifting it out against them. Well done. Not that easy to really pressure Benny in that situation. And ETC also coming in with a slide, but immediately being stopped by Anduin. By the way, he went for the word. He has all the words. Tremendous. Tremendous. It's sad. Has so many words. Everybody says so. Power word shield and the moral compass. Okay. And down to the bot lane now. As we have ETC still dealing with Blaze. With, by the way, yeah, mixed success. So he's dealing with it somehow. He's not losing the lane too hard. The fort isn't gone yet, but at least the wall has been destroyed. And Benny, yeah, still against Genji. I gotta say that these little locks that we're having from Anduin are starting to become a little bit of a problem. So, yeah. At this point, Anduin is just changing his own build up slightly. But he can always contribute whenever they're attempting to get a bit of a CC chain going. So now as we're heading towards the top lane, Sylvanas is doing her best to ensure that those siege giants are getting full value. And still the Haka at the bot lane. Now we only have one global in the game, unless ETC of course picks stage dive, but with the Haka already in their midst, I think it's a bit doubtful. The point still is that he can side push very heavily. So he can go for the side lane push, can do his thing here. Whereas we still see everybody dancing around their tribute. Skog sitting tight. They're trying to go for Diablo again. Benny body blocked. And Yasuo with a save. Nice. Yeah. Once again, it's Anduin. There's the killjoy here from the perspective of the Bang Bush. Yeah. Oh, everybody's stacking up way too hard. Oh god, the Pog and the kill. Rega down and Lauber is dead too. Yeah, that's what we were afraid of. Yasuo gets the channel and they get everything. The double kill, the tribute, and they go for the attack, but Skog dies in the middle. Oh boy, that's a triple kill. So now they have 3 kills to 1. And they are taking the top 4 down. That's a lot that they can do here to get ahead. Taking the top lane this early on means that once you're taking the boss here, he goes straight for the keep. And this is the boss on their end. So that top lane is super important when you're playing on the red team side. This is a tricky spot for the Bangbush to be in. Again, they played 5 maps already. Actually, how many maps did they play in general? Let me think real quickly. This is their 9th game of the day. So they have been here for a long, long time. And I think at some point it's really taking a toll also on your concentration. So they gotta prove that they can now really just dig deep and go for that again. Once more, the heavy front line for Oxygen Esports is right there, trying to pressure them out. Hazu doing all the damage, but he gets licked and gets immediately saved by Anduin again. Lauber already dropping a little bit low and gets stunned into the wall. Lauber on the retreat. They're taking position around the tribute, and even Swamgrota has taken a lot of damage. Rega with one heal after another, as they're still trying to go for the tribute here. And it's half a level until level 10. They have to let this one go too. And that means that we're now looking at 2 tributes to 0 in favor of Oxygen Esports. Yeah, they are looking better and better here. Oxygen Esports, they want to have the rematch. They want to get the rematch in the grand final against Chili Mountain, who are obviously just sitting tight now, sipping a couple of caipirinhas. I guess, honestly, it's not going to be Kaipis. I would have suggested beer, but then I remember that we have a couple of Frenchies on their side, so it's most likely going to be champagne. So they're all decadent. Masquerade is sitting there in his bathrobe. Glass of champagne in one hand, trying to fix his mouth with the other. And is just sipping this slowly. Why is this picture on the one hand so totally scary, and on the other hand I can absolutely imagine it really happening? Oh, but they're definitely enjoying to watch this now and probably discussing a little bit on how they're going to play this. Now the boss is about to be taken, and of course the blue team is not going to get sloppy around their own, so they're moving down here to take this too. But I already explained that one of the problems is going to be that the top boss is going to go straight for the keep wall. How is that keep going to fall? Unlikely. Are they going to get the wall? Pretty sure. So yeah, boss is taken. Same is happening top side. Benny was checking the bush, but he already moved away. Siege Giants still have to be taken out. And now at the bot lane, yeah, they're going to try to do as much as they can with Sylvanas in particular. All right, so again, the gap in experience is shrinking. And with Sylvanas, you can always enhance a push pretty drastically. So this game isn't over yet. There is a lead for Oxygen Esports. It's absolutely true. But we've seen crazy comebacks in this series, in this tournament. And they're gonna try once again. Now, same time now. They're already starting to move towards the top in order to defend. They took the bot fort out. And not even the wall is gonna fall. That's actually beautiful timing for them. They were able to take the entire thing down. And now we get the boss down at the bottom also being destroyed. But you can really tell that this gap is only in XP. I mean, only. I say only, but of course it will lead to a lead eventually. Mind control again. And Copenhagen might have to bunker it up here. And yes, he does. He might still die. And he will. Copenhagen is about to go down. They were trying to save him somehow, but they couldn't. Even the isolation was used by the Haka to make sure that Bad Benny couldn't interfere. And all of a sudden, the Bang Bush is closing the experience gap. Not completely, but it's the start. And they're getting another tribute. So, just like that, it's 2 tributes to 2 tributes. Yeah, don't count out the Bang Bush. Not after the games they played. That would be a big mistake. Now, we got 14,000 damage for Hogger, 16,000 for Sylvanas, the 2 top damage dealers on the respective teams. It's a little bit of a trap that's been set up here. Nobody has fallen for it yet. Level 13 talents are ready. Oh, Benny! They find him. There's the slide. Can they go for full mind control? They're trying. Where's the body block? Slide bomb. And the wall's done. Nice, Ancestral. Skog is alive, but Henning is dead. The dog is down. Henning has been destroyed. And they're trying to go for Genji. He's hopping out, but Hazu isn't done with him yet. Oh, forces the X-Strike. And that is shitty news, because now not only were tons and tons of these ults used, the tribute is now up at the map too, and it's a 5 versus 4 without a support, and most of the rogue abilities already on cooldown. This looks like a curse. And at the bottom of the map, this fort is falling before the curse even hits them. So yeah, the curse is in. How much can they do here? It all could, of course, end with eventually a massive mosh pit happening from ETC and the red team dying. But if that happens or not, that's a very different question. He's already waiting for it, though. Yeah, Hawkeye's up at the top lane. Bottom fort is still in play. There's the mosh pit, but that wasn't good enough. The only dancing buddy that ETC had was Diablo, and he's a shitty dancer, always has been. But then again, they get a kill on Blaze, so that's already half the battle here. They are trying for a counter kill still, but Betty gets very heavily pushed towards the wall. They're going for ETC! And Hogger gets the kill. The fort at the mid lane is destroyed. The fort at the bottom of the map has just fallen a second earlier. And the keep at the top is also taking some damage. But they are focused on the mid lane right now. And I'm more worried about that experience lead, because even during the duration of the curse, probably not, but we are going to get that level 16 in a few moments. So a solid curse, nothing crazy. They took the forts down and they did some keep damage, but it's not quite over yet. It's a 4 versus 4 over here. Diablo with a big damage, but Benny is going to die. Benny is not going to make it. He's down. They tried the counter kill against Henning, and that didn't work either. So now the camp gets taken by the Bang Bush. Oxygen Esports is picturing this to be a lot easier than it actually is. So Yasuo is again on the run. Nick is helping him out as best as he can, but both of them are in trouble here. Light bomb and the dodge out with the Horror Pult. I mean, they are chasing them hard, but the rest of the team is also trying to flank in from the top, and they're running straight into 3 heroes. So it seems that everybody is going to get away here. If anything, it's going to be the blue team that's in trouble, because that flank might still hit him. And Scott gets out. As the dust settles and the situation calms down a little bit, we're looking at a 1-level lead for Oxygen Esports. We have them with a keep at the top lane, half destroyed. And they still hold on to both of theirs. Also, bosses back up in 10 seconds. So, yeah, that's the situation in the game right now, guys. Benny himself waddling around. Yeah, they are double checking what they can do down here. They are going for it. They still have the level 16 talent advantage, but only for a few seconds, and it's already gone. So that was optimistic, to say the least. It's not gonna be that easy, boys. Double pull for Envin, but now, of course, we also got over here the showstopper. Yep, and more importantly, the Will of the Forsaken. But they have to fight for the boss. They didn't take their own. So here comes the battle. They're trying to go in deep for this one. Here's the barbecue. Light bomb engaged. They take it. They take the boss. The boss is stolen. Boss is claimed, and they take ETC. That one's gonna hurt. That one is really gonna hurt. Yep, that battle started by the blue team. They thought they could take it right. They dared them to engage into the fight, and they did. And then they were all stunned out and pushed back, and the boss gets claimed by Oxygen Esports. Now they get the tribute. They deny the curse to the Bang Bush, and they push with the boss through the bottom of the map. 13 minutes into the game, and the lead of the red team is extending. They got the 2-1 lead in the series as well. It's match point. If they win this one, they move on to the grand final, and Bang Bush takes once again 3rd place in the tournament. And the keep is gonna fall. They might even lose heroes here if this continues. The keep is gone. They're already starting to retreat here. Engage is happening, and it's a party time. It's party time. They want the kill. They can maybe even get it. They go for Diablo. They go for Blaze, but the bunker is there. Dibbles died, but now it's the end of ETC as he gets murdered too. And holy hell, Bishops and Henning just make it out. If those two would have fallen there, they would have gone for core. I guarantee you they would have moved in for the core. They barely made it out, but they did. Svamgrota is trying to get a lick, but it's not happening. And he himself needs to be very cautious. He can't follow them too much, or he's going to be next on the menu. Oh boy. So yeah, keep is gone. One keep is gone. Diablo and ETC both missing, but there's a curse tribute. This one could curse them. They gotta fight this. If they don't want to be hit by the objective, they gotta go for this one. Do they interrupt, or do they just let it happen? Yeah, there's another... No! Oh, clutch, baby. There's the interrupt. Mind control. He doesn't have the bunker yet. Gets saved by Anduin. Diablo's on his way. So is ETC. No ults available, especially for ETC in those choke points here. And here comes the fight once more, and they're driving the blue team back. Genji had to be healed by the Ancestral. Rhaegar did his best. Diablo with a massive damage output on the barbecue here. Already we see Rhaegar die, but everybody is on the run. Another tribute for Oxygen Esports. They get ETC. He just came back into the game, and he is dead again. Bishops is trying to escape. Hazops is getting closer and closer. He wants the kill, goes for the cocktail, and he murders him. Down goes Sylvanas. They are going for the drag against Diablo, as Benny is attempting to isolate Skog, but at least to get the Diablo kill. Now they're trying to go for the game here, obviously. But can they? They have level 20, and they have Greymane. That in and of itself is already a big problem. But Rhaegar is back in 8 seconds. They're still trying to make the play here. And while this happens, we have a big push up at the top for the keep. The keep is going to fall. The longer they go for the core, the more time for the keep to get destroyed here. But I'm not sure if they can really go for the victory here. If they get a kill, that's a different story. But now the core is at 85%. And Hazu is hesitating. They go for the light bomb! And that's it! That's game! That's GG! They get the double kill! They get the double kill. Bang Bush is falling apart here. ETC gets wrecked again, and Oxygen Esports moves on to the grand final after a fantastic series against the Bang Bush. They get the rematch in the best of 7 at the grand final against the opponent's team, against Chili Mountain. 5-man wipe to seal the deal. A 3-1 victory for the Oxygen Esports boys against the blue team here at the X Cup Summer.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.